Yo, what's good? It's your boy Tap, and I'm back with another video, and this time, I'm a dark type trainer. So as you can see by my outfit, I got my dark type outfit together, and I think we went through a couple of teams, but the most successful team, to my memory, was Spiritomb with Double Water Dark. That's including Greninja and Hisuian Samurai. Now, as a dark type gym leader, there are a few things you have to worry about when team building, so we have to review the weaknesses of dark types, which include Fairy, Bug, Fighting, and yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Fairy, Bug, and Fighting are what dark types fear the most, right? And so it's going to be really hard to build a team as a dark type trainer that isn't completely vulnerable to fairy types for the most part. Now, we can find some workarounds for the other things, like some of our dark types like Spiritomb having Rock Tomb for the bug types that we might fear, and also being neutral to bug. And Spiritomb's only weakness is actually fairy type. And so I think that's why we ended up settling on Spiritomb as the lead, and I guess we decided that Wigglytuff just doesn't exist. The fighting type, we are neutral, no, we are completely resisting the fighting type as a ghost type in Spiritomb, and therefore running this ABB team with a backline that is weak to fighting type, but a front that can counter fighting types, felt like the right way to go. Now, we could have settled for Sableye, and I'm pretty sure in the earlier sets we did run Sableye, but we wanted to be a little bit Spice Lord, and I felt like having a double debuff team might help us out in the Spice Olympics, and so we went for Rock Tomb, Spiritomb as the lead, with the Water Dark backline ABB style to bait out whatever counters we don't want our Greninja to see. Now, a smarter team build would probably include Drapion or Skuntank that has the poison subtyping so that we can neutralize the fairy type damage. My concern was just being triple weak to a straight up counter user like, or even a karate chop user like Primeape, counter user like Annihilate, or any counter user in general. I just felt like it would just run through the team. Another reason is we used Drapion a whole bunch in the past few seasons, and this is the interlude season, and we do want to learn how to use Pokemon we are very unfamiliar with. So we brought in Hisuian Samurai as well as Spiritomb, and they are going to protect our boy Greninja. As a dark type gym leader, I do have some positives though. We are super effective against Ghost, we are super effective against Psychic, and we resist Ghost, and we are immune to Psychic. Well, in Pokemon Go, it's a triple resistance to Psychic. And we are also resistant to our own typing, which is Dark, so it's helpful that we have neutral picks in the back that have coverage for our own typing. As in Hisuian Samurai with Sacred Sword being very good coverage for our own typing, and Hydro Cannon just being good neutral damage into most types and most other dark types in general, and so we don't have to worry about losing to our own. So now that we understand the advantages and disadvantages of being a dark type gym leader, let's get into these battles. Up against G-Finest, so we're leading Spiritomb into Gorgeous, which is totally fine for me. I can throw on good timing. Well, I have to throw after them, so they do. Now, they could be going for Shadow Ball or C-Bomb. I'm going to assume C-Bomb, but I'm respecting it anyway. So I'll throw up the shield right now. And they go for full send to Shadow Ball. So I'm going to do 2 Sucker Punches and throw my Rock Tomb. Now, they're so low health, I would be really surprised if this opponent throws up a shield, but let's see what happens. And okay, so the opponent does not throw up a shield, and their second Pokemon happens to be Empoleon. Now, I could go straight for the Shadow Ball, but instead I save it because since I'm an ABB team, I have to bait out an answer to my other Water Dark type. So what that means is I have to bring out my Hisuian Samurai to bait that out, and it doesn't happen yet, but this trainer probably doesn't know my moveset, and yeah, we do get Sacred Sword, and it's super effective. Maybe they just, I mean, it is a shadow, so they probably respected any damage anyway, and so we get very lucky. Their third Pokemon is Altaria, and we do have Icy Wind on our Hisuian Samurai, so we're just pretty completely core breaking this opponent here. And they're gonna probably try to go for the farm down, but we make it to the Sacred Sword, and even though this is resisted, they gotta shield something, man. They gotta respect some kind of damage, so I'm assuming a shield comes up here. They don't want to lose all that energy, and they do throw up the shield. I'm probably gonna just soak all the damage on my, well, I don't. I come in with my Greninja, and we can take any one move. They go for the Sky Attack. Now we switch out back into our Spiritomb. We wait after throwing 2 Sucker Punches, and we throw the Rock Tomb to get rid of this Altaria. And there's no way there's enough health left on that Empoleon to do anything substantial to my team. I wouldn't mind just shielding here and continuing the Sucker Punch, but let's see what I do. We just let it go. They do send the Drill Peck in. Nah, I mean, this is the safer win because we're going to get to the Night Slash. Doesn't really matter. And so we shield this up. It's going to be a Drill Peck or a Hydro Cannon BM because they know they lose. We under-tap the Night Slash, and we win here. Into the next battle. and it's Spiritomb against Fortress here. Now I want to see if it's on Bug Bite or Volt Switch, and it is on Bug Bite, so this is neutral damage, and neutral is really bad for Bug Bite because it does so much damage. It might as well be super effective. We go right ahead and chuck the Rock Tomb. They do respect the damage, and I wonder what we want to do now. Like, we can't switch because we don't want to take any Bug Bite damage here. So I guess we're probably going to play the 2 shields in this situation. They send their own Rock Tomb. They stay in. I keep farming up, and I go for Shadow Ball this time. Now I wonder. Okay, I'm thinking like, yeah, the Shadow Ball would KO. It is stab damage, even though it was once debuffed, and because they think they're gonna. Okay, so this second Pokemon is Azu. And you know, just the bulk alone scares you because you gotta use so many of your Pokemon's resources to get rid of this one Pokemon. So I'm not particularly happy. But we do have an ABB team, and despite us, both our Pokemon losing to Azu, I think our best bet is to just dance around and not let Azu get too much energy. Azu goes for the Play Rough, and I'm assuming we're not gonna play around. We're gonna go for the Icy Wind. We want to at least be able to potentially live a Play Rough, even though I do not think that this Icy Wind will matter because both of our Water Dark types are pretty glassy. Now Azu's likely going to go for the Play Rough again. There are no shields, so there's no reason for them to bait. And we actually live it pretty healthily. They come in Corsola, and this is pretty sketchy, but us being able to get a debuff on this Corsola is pretty sick, actually. This Azu's kind of low, and if we come in with our Greninja while they're debuffed, we can just go. I think we should overfarm here, but we go straight for the Night Slash on a CMP, which I like. I like doing that instead of overfarming because we might get a boost. They do let it go. And then they're gonna throw a Power Gem. We're able to get the farm down before they're able to throw their next move, and trainer concedes the match. They realize I have too much energy on my Pokemon, and they just let it go. So we got Spiritomb into Wishcash. It's a pretty neutral lead. I want to see what they want to. Oh yeah, since it's a neutral lead, I like this decision that we're just gonna play it out ABB style, and we're gonna go straight into our Dark Water type Hisui and Samurott and bait out their best answer to that typing. This trainer says that their best answer to that typing is Azu. So they come in Azu, and I'm immediately just going for debuffs here, wanting to just chip this down and get it really low. We debuff it again before it could even throw a single Play Rough. So now this is double debuff, and if we have the memory of how the matchup went from the last battle, I would assume that with that knowledge, we no shield this. They go for Ice Beam for some reason, and maybe their Ice Beam Hydro Pump. It's a possibility. People have been running Hydro Pump this season. So I grossly overfarm, and I don't grossly overfarm, but I do overfarm a little bit. And I send an Icy Wind. And yo, this is crazy to me because these Fury Cutters and Icy Winds are really doing some work to Azu, and it's giving me the confidence to put some resources into my Samurott. So, oh look, they do have Play Rough. I don't know why they would bait the first time, but they do have the Play Rough, and now I'm putting a lot of faith into my boy. He's putting in so much work. And then I switch, and I wonder what this play means. Yeah, I'm thinking, you know, hindsight 2020. I do wish that I came the other direction, and I'm paying for that decision now because they bring in the bulky Altaria, and this is not going to be a fun match. I don't think a Night Slash boost even helps us here, but we will be able to get a couple of these things off. Altaria is probably going to go for the farm down, and that is the right play. They are able to achieve this farm down. And I think the smart play would be to come into Spiritomb, but I instead come into Hisui and Samurott, and I throw an Icy Wind. Now, I would rather this energy be... Okay, so we debuff it and then go into Spiritomb. I am not mad at this play. They go for the Sky Attack, a debuff Sky Attack there, and they will outpace us to another Sky Attack. I do imagine I'll probably let this go. And I do let this go. We have 2 low health Pokemon, and their last Pokemon is Wishcash. I don't imagine there's a run where we win this, but let's see how this plays out anyway. We send a Rock Tomb because they know we have Shadow Ball, I believe, and they might respect it, and they do respect it. I'm actually kind of surprised that they respect it since it's a non-Shadow Wishcash. But it's 3 Pokemon, and we have this very, very glassy Mon in the back. I don't really see a win condition here. Yo, man, Dark-type Gym Leader, bro. We had Sinister Intentions, though. Debuff people to hell. We had 2 debuffers on this team, and a Greninja closer. I think I like this idea. But yeah, we have to concede that match. We were never going to get through 3 Pokemon. Okay, so Spiritomb into Sableye. I guess this is as neutral as it gets, except that they outpace us very drastically, and their Shadow Claws, I think, do a little bit. Oh no, our Sucker Punches seem to be doing a little bit more damage than their Shadow Claws. They will be able to outpace us to the foul plays, though. We will respect it before we're able to either debuff or potentially watch out for a catch, because I do feel like that's what my opponent might want to do. He doesn't. I do see the Shadow Claw come through, and he doesn't go for a catch. We are able to get this Rock Tomb off. We'll see if we get a shield about it. We don't get a shield about it, and I think, yeah, safe swap right away. We don't get a shield about it, and they're debuffed now. We just farm down with our Fury Cutter, Hisui, and Samurott. This is just a foul play, and they don't let us get it, but they probably don't know the moveset of this Pokemon because they come in with a Wall Rain. Fury Cutter is neutral and will be chunking into this Wall Rain, and if they decide to no shield these Sacred Swords, that also will put a big chunk into them. They also have to commit to Earthquake, and I don't believe that was enough Powder Snows for an Earthquake. So this is an Icicle Spear. So we go for another Sacred Sword. I imagine that they respect it this time, or they're probably going to lose their Wall Rain. And they do respect it. Because the timers are desynced, I think I just jump back into my Hisuian. I mean, I'm Hisuian. I jump into my Spiritomb. And they're ready to chuck an Icicle Spear. Now, it does really big damage. We are in the red health now, but I do believe we should be able to commit to a farm down. We are able to get that farm down, and we have a Rock Tomb loaded. It is a waste of energy, I believe, here. We blind throw it into whatever comes in, so now we just waste this energy and it goes into a Sableye, but we do have 2 Pokemon in the back. The last Pokemon ends up being Bastiodon. Now, I think, are we ever going to live enough to get to us? Oh, shoot. Bastiodon is able to farm us down. I was wanting to either get to an Icy Wind or a Sacred Sword, but that was just a really bad play. We should have just came straight into Greninja and started matching up with the shields. Now, they do give us a shield right away. And they throw right away as well. Now, I do believe that we can still outpace them despite us giving them that head start. So if I'm smart here, I will try to go to 2 Hydro Cannons before I throw. And I do that. And because they didn't CMP tie me there, and they couldn't, we'll be able to CMP tie them here and just win the game. So despite that little mistake, Greninja still pulled it off, man. Greninja is him. And we beat Bastiodon as a dark type trainer, and if you're a GBLer, you know that's pretty satisfying. All right, so it's Spiritomb into Linoone, and they normally are on Shadow Claw, Grass Knot, and I believe Swift or Thunder. They have a plethora of moves that they can use. They outpace us to this move, and we shield up because we want to be able to at least debuff this or watch out for a catch. Now they full send the Grass Knot here, and they don't go for a catch. I think I do see myself pause a bit there, and I see the Shadow Claw come through. We send the Rock Tomb, and let's see if they respect it. They don't respect the damage. I think it's the right time for us to switch and bait something out, but we're actually able, we're able to get the farm down here because they let that go through. The second Pokemon being Hypno is pretty saucy for us, but it is pretty sketchy because Hypno learns all of the elemental punches, including Thunder Punch. So depending on how we play this out and what kind of energy we give this, it could be a little bit scary for our backline if we let him load up a couple of Thunder Punches before we switch. So I do like this. He's debuffed now, so even if he does have Thunder Punch, we can absorb it. And he shows Ice Punch, and that's a very fantastic catch. His third Pokemon is Medicham, and it is on counter. Counter is nerfed, and it is not the moveset that people normally use. We are normally on Psycho Cut with our Medichams in these future seasons, but for this particular trainer, counter works out for them because I do have a dark type in front of them. They end up shielding an Icy Wind, which I don't agree with, and we know we're not going to make it to the Icy Wind, so we settle for a Sacred Sword just to get a little bit of chip damage. It is debuffed. Now, the common moveset on Medicham is normally Ice Punch, Dynamic Punch. He is debuffed now, but I do respect the damage for some reason, because I guess I just want to preserve some health, and we feel bad. We feel bad. It's a power-up punch. We're bad trainers, and we should feel bad. Our sinister actions here. They have this Hypno, and we're definitely going to live. Okay, they know. They know. They were never going to confusion us down, and so they concede the match, and we win another battle as a Dark-type gym leader. So we were able to get a 4-1 in that set and solidify ourselves as the Dark-type gym leader of the year. And if you enjoyed that content, I'd appreciate it if you liked, follow, subscribe, all that stuff everyone else says. Additionally, if you'd like to see me attempt these gym leader challenges live, I am live every night at 9:30 p.m. EST on Twitch and sometimes YouTube when I'm streaming Legends EA. You can find the VODs for the full entire challenge on my YouTube page by their types Bug, Fairy. There's a couple of them up right now, and I did start this challenge off in a duo stream with my good friend Overlord Raikou, and he was able to go on a tear with his Dark type team. So if you wanted to see some of that stuff, you can check out the VODs on my channel. I appreciate you hanging out, yo. It's your boy Tap, and I'm out.